Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. You got Gary here with the local country review. How's everybody doing out in internet land? Yes, internet land, where everything's true, right? Yeah. Anyway, I was just going to take a few minutes here to talk to you about rewards and how you may be able to go about making your tasks worthwhile. You know, how many times do we do different tasks and you go, oh geez, what did I do that for? I don't know. Sometimes they turn out good, sometimes they flop. You know, like my other videos, I talk about, well, you can't get your leg chewed off unless you get it out there, but there's got to be some, I don't know, some kind of benefit, even if your task doesn't work out the way that you thought. Like, I got to go on the roof. I got to strip off the whole damn roof off my RV because I think I put the wrong coating on there, blah, blah, blah. So I got to go up and take it all off, peel it all off, and start over again. And I can't sit around. You know, I'm gonna have to wait. You know, for kind of a nice day. If you can see any, we got trees blowing around all over today out there, so I'm not outside too much. But I can't wait to see if I can get the right tools. You know, and blah 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 to get it done. I know what I need to do, but I can't, you know, keep kicking myself thinking, well, I can't do that. Well, the weather is not right. I don't have the right tools and the blah, blah, blah. So instead, I think, okay, if I get started and I get going, you know, how about a little bit of a reward or some kind? Doesn't have to be anything big. You know, you don't have to go buy yourself a new car or take a trip or anything like that. You know, I might just go to my great place, you know, over by the pond. You know, peace of mind. I get to see the wildlife. I get to see the pond and the river and the geese and the goats and everything else that's over there. You know, and that could be my reward. You know, they don't have to be very big, but it's something to look forward to. You know, oops, I think I got to do laundry today. Well, there again. I get her done. You know, I can reward myself a little bit. You know, I might have to make the greatest sandwich in the world. I don't know. I got some trout in the fridge and everything else. And, you know, that sounds pretty good. So, yeah, just wanted to take a few minutes to, you know, tell you know, don't get so down on yourself and don't make your tasks, oops, don't make your tasks so, you know, big and huge and, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to get that done? How am I going to, even if you don't get it done, you know, if you get it started, it's a start, you know, and then you can reward yourself for getting started. if that makes any sense. I know people say, well, you shouldn't reward yourself until you get her done, get her done, get her done. Well, I reward myself for getting started. That's a big task for me. Jeez. Maybe I'll go uptown and, you know, get my little medications so my head don't bobble so much. I have bobblehead and I don't care. They have these, you know, these little pills that you can take for relaxation and stuff like that for chronic stress or anything. But I'm not stressed out a bit. So anyway, yeah, I think I'll forego that reward and just go about my day. And, you know, that's the way it goes. But anyway, to not get off track, yeah, reward yourself a little bit. You know, relax, you know, watch an old country western movie for a little bit to get you in the right frame of minds, or do some little task, you know, that'll add to your task, so your task, you know, coincides with the reward that you're giving yourself, if you follow me there. So yeah, it's not all that bad. Things can be a lot worse. Like oh geez, the person that sits there and says, oh my gosh, if I do this, this might happen. Well, you're just going to cancel yourself out. You know, it's all right to think it through, but gosh, you don't want to do that in everything that you do. That's for sure. You're going to cancel yourself right out. So, anyway, To make a short story shorter, give yourself a little reward. I know a lot of people do, but then rewarding yourself for never doing anything, that's not good either. What you doing? Well, I'm out rewarding myself for something I couldn't do. So that's pretty funny. Anyway, okay. Thanks for sitting with me a few minutes, and don't be afraid to go out and reward yourself a little bit for your little tasks. Yeah, you don't want to go underwater, but at the same time, you want to feel good about what you're accomplishing and everything. Okay, hey, stay tuned. I'm gonna finally post some music. Singer songwriter. I've been writing music for 20 years. Haven't done much with it. One of my goals was to be a published songwriter. Maybe it'll happen someday. I hope. But I'll get some music up on my next post, so stay tuned. Hit all the buttons for me if you would. Share, like, and subscribe. And thanks for sitting with me for a little bit, and y'all take care. All right. Have a good day.